All right, welcome. Today, we need to talk about something that's moving at the speed of light: AI-powered deepfake scams. And look, this isn't some science fiction story anymore. These are real, sophisticated attacks happening right now, and they're designed to hack the one thing that makes us human: our trust.
So, to really get a handle on this, first, we've got to understand the sheer scale of the problem. And I'm telling you, it is way bigger and more widespread than you probably think. Get a load of this. According to the cybersecurity folks at McAfee, a staggering 90% of people in India have bumped into a fake or AI generated celebrity endorsement online. That means pretty much everyone scrolling through their social media has been exposed to this stuff.
And the cost? Oh, it's very real. For the people who get tricked into clicking or buying, the average loss is about 34,500 rupees. That's not just pocket change. For a lot of families, that is a significant, painful financial hit. Now, what's really fascinating about this is the language the experts are starting to use. When a major outlet like The Guardian says that deepfake fraud has gone industrial, that tells you everything. This isn't some niche hobby for a few clever hackers anymore. Oh no, this is a mass-produced assembly line operation now. And why? Because the tools to make these fakes are now unbelievably cheap and easy to get your hands on. The barrier to entry has, well, it's pretty much vanished. One researcher put it perfectly: this stuff can be made by basically anyone now, which means they can create super targeted, personal scams for all of us on a massive scale. So the big question is, how are they actually pulling this off? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the anatomy of a deepfake scam, both the tech and the dirty tricks they use. First up, let's just be crystal clear on what a deepfake even is. It's where AI is used to create incredibly realistic audio or video. It can literally clone a person's voice or swap their face onto someone else's body. The goal is to make it look and sound like someone you trust is saying or doing something they never actually did. It is the ultimate impersonation tool. And scammers are using this in a few really sneaky ways. You've got the classic fake celebrity ads, pushing everything from crypto to some miracle face cream. But then it gets personal, with things like the grandparent scam, where a cloned voice of a grandchild calls up in a panic asking for emergency money. It's even hitting the corporate world. Fake job interviews, and there was even one wild case of a finance exec who was duped by a deepfake video call of his own bosses. And this case study shows you exactly how it's done. So check this out. Scammers took a completely real video of the industrialist Gautam Adani giving a speech. Then they used AI to clone his voice and digitally alter what he was saying, inserting this totally bogus investment scheme. Later on, fact-checkers found the original speech, no investment pitch, and the AI detectors, they flagged the audio as 100% synthetic. It's that perfect, dangerous mix of real footage and fake audio. But this goes so much deeper than just losing money. The psychological damage, the slow-motion erosion of our ability to trust what we see and hear, that might be the biggest cost of all. I mean, listen to this quote from a recent study. You can just feel the anxiety. This person is living with this constant nervousness, this fear that one wrong click could spell disaster. It makes you second-guess every single email, every phone call, every video. And here's something that's really crucial to understand. These scams, they create more than one victim. Think about that grandparent scam again. Of course, the grandparent who sends the money is a victim, but what about the grandchild? Their voice, their identity was stolen and then weaponized to hurt someone they love. They're a victim too. So when it comes to those fake celebrity videos, what are the scammers pushing? Well, according to McAfee, they have their favorites. Almost half are for bogus skincare products. Right behind that, you've got fake giveaways and shady crypto schemes. It makes sense, right? These are all areas where having a famous, trusted face attached can be incredibly convincing. Okay, we've seen how serious this is, so let's shift gears and talk about solutions. What can we actually do to fight back against this tidal wave of deception? First up, let's talk tech. These AI detectors, they're not magic. They're basically just incredibly sophisticated pattern finders. You can think of them like digital detectives, hunting for the statistical fingerprints that AI models accidentally leave all over their work. So these detectors look for two big clues. The first is something called perplexity, which is basically how predictable the writing is. See, human writing is messy and surprising. AI, on the other hand, tends to just pick the most obvious next word, so it feels, well, predictable. The second clue is burstiness, which is all about rhythm. Humans write in bursts, a short sentence here, a long one there. AI often writes sentences that are all the same length, which sounds really flat and robotic. That unnatural perfection is a dead giveaway.
And the tech is getting even smarter. Some detectors can now spot an AI model's unique fingerprint, kind of like its own unintentional accent or writing style. Or they can look for a watermark, which is like a secret, invisible serial number that the developers deliberately hide inside the content to prove where it came from. But look, technology alone isn't going to save us here. It's not a silver bullet. At the end of the day, our best defense is, well, it's us. It's human. So let's look at what we can do to protect ourselves and the people we care about. Researchers are finding that older adults, often with a little help from their families, have come up with some really smart, simple strategies. Step 1, avoid. Just don't engage with calls or texts from numbers you don't know. Step 2, verify. If you get a suspicious call, hang up and call that person back on a number you know is theirs. And Step 3, question. Ask a personal question that only the real person would know. Something simple like, what was the name of our first dog? A scammer will have no idea. But we have to be honest. This is an ongoing battle. For every new defense we come up with, the scammers are already working on a way to get around it. It is a high-stakes, technological arms race. It really is a constant cat-and-mouse game. As the AI detectors get better, scammers are developing new tricks. They use so-called humanizer tools to make AI text sound more chaotic and less perfect. They'll manually edit the text to blend human and machine writing. They'll even jailbreak the AI models themselves with clever prompts to force them to produce less predictable results. And this brings us to the ultimate risk, the thing that's really at stake here. As one expert put it, the biggest danger isn't losing money. It's the complete lack of trust in everything we see online. When we can no longer believe our own eyes and ears, the entire foundation of our digital world starts to crumble. And that's really the question we're all left with, isn't it? In a world where fakes might one day be perfect, what can we actually rely on? Maybe our most powerful defense isn't some fancy app or program. Maybe it's our own critical thinking, a healthy dose of skepticism, and most importantly, the real, trusted human relationships we build and maintain offline.